I'm going to start off apologising. Yes, I know it's shaky. Yes, I know the camera's not very good. But there we are. So this is a little story about what happens when Nergize Automotive come and visit. I would tell you where I am, but I'm going to say, can anybody guess where I am? Does anyone know their tracks well enough to know where I am? If you know where I am, stick it in the comments. First, explain why I'm recording this whilst walking a track. Some weekends a year I spend as assistant clerk, so I've not had time to record this video, and I'm just on my way to the post I'm going to be on for the day. I thought I might as well do this. So I was busily working away out in the garage, like I quite often am, and I hear someone call.
Hello? Hello there. Yeah, no worries.
I just assume it's a delivery driver. I come around, this delivery driver's got a camera and introducing himself, which is most unlike normal delivery drivers, and says he wants to take photos of my car. Wow, what do? Do I tell him to sling his hook, because I suspect he might be lining it up to steal it? That did pass my mind. Or do I go along with it? So I thought, wow, no harm, seems like a nice lad, we'll go along with this one. Yeah, so I'm back again. You might notice probably as these little, as I get 10 minutes here and there, that my face starts going closer to the shade of my high-vis vest as the day goes on. Hopefully not too much. Anyway, I'm also playing with my new gadget. The camera moves. Right, so yeah, so Callum came and visited. He did the video. Asked me lots of questions. Seemed a nice chap. Disappeared. I then spent the next few days thinking, oh, hang on, have I made a bit of a cock up here? Put an extra lock on the car. We've got one of them ring doorbells. Every time it's triggered, I'm kind of looking at it thinking, oh Christ, is someone coming to nick my car? Anyway, the car doesn't go, and of course with my kind of short-term memory thing, I just forgot about it, thought nothing more of it. It must have been about a week later, I idly went onto the YouTube analytics and thought, oh, look at that, I've got a few more subscribers joined. That's nice. People are finally finding my channel. And then somebody posts a comment on there saying, I'm dyslexic, so reading's not brilliant, but particularly some of these youthy type ways of writing things. And I saw like Nergize, what's that? I'm from Nergize. That sounds like I'm somewhere in Africa. So I went on Google Maps to try and find out where this Nergize place was. I thought, well, it could be Egypt or something. You know, I got followers all around the world. Couldn't find it, needless to say. I couldn't find it on the map. And then a couple of hours later, my lad sent me a message with a screenshot saying, hey Dad, you're famous. One of my mates from karting's just messaged me this. Do you know you're on this bloke's video? I don't have Instagram or TikTok, so I couldn't really check it out. So I downloaded one. I can't remember which one though. TikTok. I downloaded TikTok. It didn't seem to like me. It wouldn't let me do an account. When I tried to put my date of birth in, it binned me out. I can only assume I'm so old that TikTok decided I was too old to have an account with them. Anyway, let me have a look, and I saw 8,000, and I said, oh yeah, it's that bloke who came around the other day. He must have 8,000 followers, and a couple of them have come over. My daughter then messaged me to point out, no, actually, it's had 8,000 watches. He's got over 100,000 followers. That throws a whole different complexion on it, and this is where you suddenly find how the internet works. Because suddenly my subscribers was like scrolling up, and having spent I don't know, maybe 2-3 years kind of doing YouTubey videos. I've had an account much longer, but YouTubey videos, and managed to get to nearly 900, and I thought, oh, I wonder if this year I might get 1,000 subscribers. Suddenly it's gone 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and last time I looked it was over 3,000. So this is also a welcome message. So welcome from everyone who's come from that town in Africa, or as I now know it's meant to say Nergize. So welcome to all of you. Obviously this is not a TikTok and Instagram type channel. Me old bloke rambles onto camera sometimes. I hope you do find it interesting anyway. Building a car, I do the odd video of other stuff. So say sometimes if I go to a car show or something, I might do a video wandering around. Also, you may have or may not have picked up, I'm quite open about this. I'm autistic. I was diagnosed at the ripe old age of about 55, so I spent most of my life not knowing I was autistic. I also have ADHD. I'm also dyslexic, which is a really fun threesome to have. I'm not embarrassed with these things, and I'm more than happy if you've got any questions to ask me. I have been always part of the point of this channel has been to try and not educate, what's the word, where you kind of try and normalise the condition, so people watching this perhaps can understand a little bit more, realise we don't have two heads, we're not all Rain Man, we're not all Elon Musk, you know, we're not all like that. So I try and drop that in and maybe just try and point out a few things about autism and ADHD that kind of very much from a personal point of view. So if you like all that stuff, great, stick along. If you are one of my original followers, things ain't going to change much. I don't plan to suddenly start doing lots of fast edits and things like that and making it all a bit strange. So it's not going to have lots of bells and buzzers and fast edits and odd stuff. Definitely not going to start filming in portrait because, I mean, what is that about? And you'd also be very relieved to know I'm not going to start doing 30-second TikTok dances. And almost certainly is going to remain a little bit on the shaky side. Also, thanks for comments with people with suggestions about how to record and video stuff. Yeah, I know. I am actually, once upon a time, I earned part of my living doing photography, so I'm pretty well aware of how things work. However, this is very much a quick, rough and ready. If I had enough money to buy a good microphone and a good camera, I would spend it on the car. It's simple as that, you know. That's how it is. So these are still going to be rough and ready. They're still going to be poorly filmed, poor sound and poorly edited. There we go. That's the way it is. Anyway, so thank you very much for joining me. Hope you stick around, because it would be such a shame to see those numbers of subscribers plummet as fast as they've just gone up. And hopefully the next build video will be soon. Bye.